Hello, everyone. I'm doing a more informal video today. But like I said, I here's my problem. For some reason, YouTube will not allow me to use my camera on my phone to have better quality of a camera. I don't know why. I've been trying to fiddle around with um, the settings for some reason, and it just won't let me. Excuse me. It won't let me like change my camera, and like the phone on my camera is way better than my studio display camera. I don't know, like right now it looks grainy and I'm like, this is really bugging. um so as I talk, I'm gonna continue to kind of fiddle around with it to see what I can do to make my quality better. So we'll just see how that goes. But anyways, like the video says, the video title says, I'm gonna be talking about the Apple Watch Ultra, my long-term review. Excuse the background. I'm a college student with a roommate. Don't come for me. Anyways, um, so first things first, I want to say that Apple Watch Ultra has been a delight to use. I love how it has the longer battery life. I love how I can, you know, its features. The only downside I would say for the first time is wearing it for a long time can change your skin color. I know as a person of color, I noticed when I take this off, there's like little sweaty, not water, but like kind of like my just the residue of having my watch on my wrist for a very, very long time. And so taking it off, it just needs to breathe and it'll go back to normal with skin color. It won't do like permanent damage to my skin. So, but other than that, I want to say I love the titanium frame. It kind of matches most of my outfits that I would wear. It doesn't really distract from my outfits, but I just love how durable it is. I love how the screen is flat with a titanium lip to protect the screen. I haven't done any like durability tests just because I paid $800 for a watch and I can't just do a whole bunch of tests on it and buy a new one. So I just want to say how I love the look. It looks industrial. It looks basically all the stuff that Apple mentioned. It works fine. I haven't done any like deep diving or swimming with it yet. That's more of like a summer thing that I'll probably do when I go to pools or whatever. I haven't done any rock climbing and testing the you know altitudes and stuff like that. But I did test out this one day the low power mode, and I mentioned it in my last video with my first time ever going to the Apple Store. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. It was really interesting. I was, like I said before, I think it was Thursday when I was heading over to my parents' house, over like most of the day, having it charged, sitting on a charger. Like I went to class around 3, came home, went to my parents. So around that time of wearing it, I would say I think I got home and it was about 88%. I couldn't find my charger at the time, so I was like, oh, let's throw it on low power mode. So low power mode, like I said before, 88%. Then it went into Friday, lasted a long time that Friday. Saturday lasted the entire day. I came home Saturday night from the Apple Store from Indy. I think it was about 7:30, 7:45, maybe 8 o'clock. It was on 26%. And I was really, really amazed how long the battery lasted. Now, mind you, when you turn on low power mode, it turns off the always on display. It turns off some other features. Like I think the heart rate sensor managing it all the time to like more like not as much as often. So little things like that makes the battery drain. Some of those features have been turned off or at least turned down from doing it all the time. So yeah, like 36 hours of battery life. I think, yeah, sorry. I think that on low power mode it's supposed to jump up from 36 hours to my goodness. So 1, 2, I think almost 72 hours. of battery life. So yeah, pretty interesting. That was my little experiment that I did unintentionally that I thought about, you know what, let me talk about it when I get home. So quickly, I want to mention that I do have a non-Apple Watch Ultra band. I use the Nike band. Like Apple said that well, if it has the 45 millimeter and up, it will fit on this watch, just not like as flush. But I did have, I don't know where it's at. Okay, so I did buy the orange band that came with it as for my unboxing video. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. And one of the cards up here. But the thing is, I ordered the wrong size, and I did the small slash medium and not the medium slash large. So I have stopped wearing this because I noticed that this part right here has been hitting on my titanium frame, and I didn't want to mess up an $800 watch. So you have to be careful when ordering a watch and make sure you get the right size. I'm 6 foot with the wrist kind of, my wrists are kind of like big, so I usually would go with a medium slash large, but some of the small slash medium wristbands like this one, I think it is, fit fine, but then again, it doesn't have like the hard metal and stuff to hit the titanium frame. So like I said, if you're gonna get one of these or any of the other bands, make sure you get the right size so that way you don't mess up your watch. So I bought the Apple Watch Trail Loop. Honestly, I should have went with this in the first place, but it's just I like the orange aesthetic. It was cool looking, and I kind of just in the moment I just went ahead and bought it. So I'm gonna unbox this and then put it on my watch so I can see how comfortable it is. I did at the Apple Store feel the watch band. It was really, really soft. It's softer than this, and I have the Nike band. So yeah, let's go ahead and unbox it. Full tab. Okay. And then I don't know why with Apple, maybe it's just because it's the newest product that they've released, but they have a lot of like instructions. Like they do it more than like the regular Apple Watch you would usually get with the smaller instructions. Like it's not as big. I don't know why the packaging has to be this big, but it is. And I noticed how like the paper, this part is more like a paper feel and not like the regular shiny whatever material that they use. So documentation's here, and then here is the band. I like the band. It's really like this bottom part. Oh my god, it's so soft, and I like how soft it is. It really looks nice. So let's go ahead and just set this off to the side, and I'll take my watch off. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like there's a little bit of like discoloration with the skin if you wear it for a long time. Once you air out your skin, it will go back to normal. It's nothing to worry about. Take that off. Clean this off a little bit. All right, let's put this watch on. Now, mind you, I still don't understand, and I seen like a meme. Oh, did I put? No, I didn't. Okay, I seen a Twitter post that I meme. I'm sorry, about how Apple's HomePod Mini is the exact same price as these wristbands or like the higher end wristbands for the Apple Watch, and I'm like, Apple, listen, I don't know why they are the same price, but it doesn't make any sense. Like you get more value from buying a HomePod Mini than buying a wristband. So. Okay, so here we go. Put this on. Here we go. Wow, this is so soft. Like I can see myself wearing this for a very long time. Wow. So here it is. Here's the band. I got the black one. It's really soft. I know I keep saying it, but it really is. Like it feels much better on the bottom than it did with my Nike band because it's the more of the, I think, belt. What type of material is this? I know it's stretchy. I don't know if it's like a plasticky mesh something, but I mean, it's okay. It doesn't get uncomfortable, but I know this is gonna like I will forget about wearing this more often than just, wearing this. So now that that is out the way, other regards for the Apple Watch Ultra, I think yes, $800 is the right value for this watch just because of all the features. Honestly, I thought this watch was going to be closer to like $1,000, but $799 for this watch is fantastic. It gets all the battery life, it gets all the cool features. You get the siren, you get the better display, you get the brighter display. So compared to the curved glass, now I know for me, I have banged my Series 7 watch a couple of times. I'm super careful about my surroundings on how I'm walking and stuff, but it's never cracked for me, thankfully. Um, but I know that this is not. I can just like hit the table and not really like think about it. Like, oh, I hit the table. Like I should probably check on my watch. But I know with the other times with my Series 7, I did kind of like, let me check real quick. Okay, so should you buy the Apple Watch Ultra? It's really, like I said before, I think in my unboxing, is really your preference of what you're wanting. Or if you want the newest, latest, and greatest, go out for it. I would say though, if you're planning on getting the stainless steel option, be mindful. Yes, the stainless steel one is more classy looking. It looks more sophisticated a little bit. It can match probably more with your outfit. But the thing is, the titanium one, even though yes, it probably wouldn't match with all of your outfits or most outfits that you would wear, it's a better buy just because you're paying closer to this price when you can get more features out of here, especially the battery life. The battery life is great. You get more than just 18 hours from the regular size Apple Watch. So yeah, that's what it really is down to. Now, for me, I personally don't do all the stuff that they advertised, but it's just still a great watch for what it is. I love having my longer battery life. I know I keep mentioning battery life, but it's the huge factor because I wanted to do more sleep tracking with my Apple Watch, but the problem is it only lasts 18 hours, and so sometimes I'm either like, okay, I gotta charge it during the night so I can have it available in the morning, or, sometimes when I get home and I'm thinking, okay, let me plop it on the charge, then I'll actually use it during the night for my sleep tracking. But having a less worry about that, so I can just leave it on while I'm sleeping. And if I need to, I'll just take it off if I don't want to wear it. But it still has enough battery life where I can, not always put it on the charge. Okay, so, but like I said before, the action button is pretty cool. Uh, when I need to, I can just flip it on, turn on my flashlight. If I don't need it, I just turn it right off. But I know some people will probably use it for automatic workout tracking. Um, excuse me, automatic workouts. I think you can also turn on automatic dive mode, automatic things that you can set up through the Apple Watch app. That you can decide which one is best suited for you when it comes to turning on the action button. The speakers are great. I have had a couple phone calls that I've answered from my Apple Watch, and really my mom, when I did it on my first day of calling from my Apple Watch for my unboxing video, she said it sounded really good, like I was answering from my normal phone at the time when I had the 13 Pro. So the speaker quality is great. I know you can probably feel like a spy kid every time you try to lift up your watch to have a conversation. But honestly, it's really cool. I really enjoy it. I feel like others people should invest in getting one, even though you may not be doing all the higher end, extreme athletics and stuff like that. I think one feature though, that's one of the most underrated features. I don't know why Apple has probably not taken off already, but I feel like the walkie-talkie feature is such a cool feature. But I feel like it's kind of like not necessarily useless, but I know not a lot of people use it. And so sometimes when I'm like playing around or whatever, I'll probably use it. But now Apple has implemented the cookie crumb basically feature or the backtracking feature. So now you can track your last steps of where you've been at. So if you lost something or you need to retrace your steps to get help or whatever, you can use backtrack and do that without having, I guess, to communicate with other people. And I think you also have to be in a certain range of people. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't used it that often where I would know the specifics of how far you would have to be away where you can't use it or you can use it. So, but I just know that it's there, and I feel like it will be fun if people would actually use it. But at the same time, you can't really control it because sometimes some people can use the walkie-talkie feature in a wrong timing, and then it's like, oh, sorry. Um, so yeah. Hi, Kobe. How are you? iPhone 15 Ultra. I'll answer that since I'm here, and I'm currently looking over at my chat. iPhone 15 Ultra. I don't know. I don't know what Apple is doing with that. Um, really, because I feel like it would be a nice implementation, but I feel like for the Ultra, they would have to wait until at least the iPhone 16 lineup, because you see how long it took for them to implement the Apple Watch Ultra, and it took them years and years and years and years to figure everything out, what every sports like person needed, and the battery life and the GPS tracking. So I know they probably can do it on a bigger scale using the information and knowledge from um, when they were making the Apple Watch Ultra to the iPhone Ultra that they will come out with. But I just don't know how they would do that within the lineup, because it looks very like cluttered as it is. Because we have the iPhone 14, we have the 14 Plus, we have the 15 Pro, and then the Pro Max. So how would they would do it for the 16 lineup? I think they'll probably just do the iPhone 16, 16 Pro, 16 Pro Max, and then the 16 Ultra or iPhone Ultra. I don't know how they would do it, but Apple is worried about their phone lineup as it is, because the 14 Plus didn't sell as well as Apple thought it would, and I think it sold less than the 13 Mini. So I think what they're gonna do is probably still keep the Plus, but also here's a factor. I noticed that everyone's talking about, well, just get the 13. You don't need the 14 Plus. But at the same time, think about it. Apple decided to keep the A15 chip and put it in the 14. But everyone keeps saying it's the same iPhone 15 from last year, but it's really not. It's the 15 variant from the 13 Pro. So it's still somewhat different, but it's still like an older processor. Now, I feel like the reason why the 15 Plus would do better is because then we get the iPhone 6. I'm not iPhone 16. The A16 Bionic chip that was in the 14 Pro lineup, and now that's getting placed to the 15 regular and then the 15 Plus. So I think I think the 15 sales will do better, just because people now are getting a better chip and a newer chip, when it's really just, it's just really Apple's trying to really differentiate. I can never say that word. Between the Pro and then the regular lineup. So let's see the ad. That may be a risk, but I can't imagine the price point. Oh my god, the iPhone Ultra's price. I think it will be their most high-end price. Probably I can see them doing probably like 1,300. I can imagine. I don't think they would go like to 1,500 for a phone. I don't think that's Apple, even though they have higher end stuff, because you can get more from a MacBook that's $2,000 than like than an Ultra phone that's like 1,500. So I don't know how that would work with Apple's lineup. I think they'll probably do $1,299 for the Ultra, $1,099 for the Pro Max, and then the $999 for the Pro. So I think that is the plan for that. I think that's the plan for that. But that was everything with my watch concerns. If you guys have any questions, make sure you let me let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this live. This has been my informal video of an Apple Watch band unboxing and talking about the Apple Watch for my long-term review. I will see you guys next time in my other live or another video. Peace.